This isn't a test. Archangel Michael is actively battling for your name right now. But if you keep ignoring the call, he can't intervene. Only 3 minutes left. Open this immediately. Beloved, hear these words with trembling and urgency, for the heavens themselves press upon your spirit in this very hour. This is not a parable. This is not a rehearsal. This is not some passing test that you can casually overlook. No, this is the living battlefield of eternity, and your very name is being spoken in the course of heaven as the angels of light clash against the forces of darkness. The sands in the divine hourglass are slipping swiftly away, and only 3 minutes remain before a shift takes place in the unseen realm. Archangel Michael, the commander of heaven's hosts, has drawn his flaming sword. His stance is not symbolic, it is real. His eyes are fixed upon you, for your destiny is etched in light, and yet it is under assault from powers that long for your silence, your fall, and your forfeiture of divine covering. This is not a message for the multitude. This is not a word that fits the casual listener. This is for the chosen. This is for the one whose spirit quivers even now as the words penetrate deeper than sound, into marrow, into soul, into eternal memory. And yet, here lies the mystery. Though Michael wars for you, though heaven has declared your worth, he cannot intervene unless you yield, unless you listen, unless you obey. For obedience is the key that turns the lock. Stillness is the posture that allows angelic fire to blaze on your behalf. If you harden your heart, if you dismiss this moment as another fleeting word among many, then you will stand uncovered, and the shield prepared for you will not be fastened. Child of light, do not ignore this moment. This is the line between protection and exposure, between being hidden under the shadow of the Almighty or standing vulnerable to the darts of the enemy. This urgency is not meant to frighten you, but to awaken you. For heaven does not send warnings in vain. Heaven does not sound alarms without cause. Your name is in the balance. Your future is in contention. And the time is not tomorrow, not an hour from now. It is now. Only minutes remain before the shift solidifies. What you decide in these fleeting moments will echo across eternity. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 777 is now activated. Heaven interrupted me to speak this to you now. This is not a prepared word, not a crafted thought, but a divine interruption of your timeline. I was halted, stopped, commanded by the Spirit to release this message into your atmosphere, because your name is trembling on the lips of heaven, and Archangel Michael has been dispatched to war on your behalf. He stands even now, sword drawn, fire blazing, your name carved into the edge of his weapon like a seal that cannot be erased. Your identity is not a coincidence. Your life is not random. The battle over you is real. Feel the weight of this moment. Even as you hear these words, time is collapsing. The window of opportunity is not wide, it is narrowing. By the time this word reaches its end, the window may already be closing. Do not let your spirit wander. Do not let your mind drift. Stay here, for this moment has been written into your destiny, and if you miss it, the intervention that heaven has readied will remain locked, waiting, unclaimed. Michael is not passive. He is not still. He is not silent. Even now, he is pressing against the gates that have been built to resist you. His sword cuts through chains you do not see, shatters agreements you never sign, breaks covenants that were plotted in shadows. The unseen realm is moving, voices whispering against you, tongues plotting, unseen forces conspiring in silence. And yet, above their murmurings, your name is being shouted in heaven's courts, defended, upheld, shielded. You are not forgotten, and you are not abandoned. Not everyone will hear this word. Not everyone can even feel the weight of it. For many, it will pass like a soft wind. But if your spirit is stirred, if your skin tingles, if something inside you feels shaken even now, then this message is yours. This is not for the many, it is for the few. The chosen. The marked. The ones heaven has sealed with an assignment that cannot be erased. If you are hearing, it is because you have been singled out for rescue, for covering, for breakthrough. But here lies the mystery. Heaven wars, but heaven waits. Archangel Michael moves, but his movement must be met with your obedience. Your silence, your stillness, your surrender is the shield that completes his warfare. If you resist, he cannot fight. If you dismiss this call, he cannot intervene. For heaven does not trespass against free will. Heaven fights for those who yield. This is why the urgency press is so heavy. 3 minutes are all that remain before a shift locks into place. 3 minutes before an unseen verdict seals in the courts of heaven. What will you do in these moments? Will you receive? Will you open? Will you obey? Or will you allow the ticking of time to carry you past your covering? Hear me, Archangel Michael is at the threshold. His wings are spread wide. His sword is ablaze. He speaks your name with fire and authority, but he is waiting for your yes. He is waiting for your surrender. Do not turn away. Do not delay. For the countdown has already begun. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Beloved, you have felt it. You have seen it. You have lived it. The shifts are not imagined. They are real. People who once embraced you now keep their distance. Conversations that once flowed with warmth now drip with silence. Eyes that once lit up at your presence now dim when you walk into the room. It is not coincidence. It is not paranoia. It is the evidence of spiritual battle that has spilled into the realm of your relationships. Listen closely. They watch you, but they do not truly know you. They speak of you, but their words are distorted, broken mirrors of truth. They discuss you when you are not present, but their understanding is wrapped in shadows. Have you not felt the sting of half-smiles? Have you not sensed the weight of whispers trailing behind your back? This is no small thing. It is the murmur of the unseen pressing into the natural. The truth is this. They are stirred against you not because of who you are in their eyes, but because of who you are in heaven's records. You are marked. You are sealed. Your name carries weight in places unseen, and because of this, the enemy has assigned confusion into the hearts of those around you. What once was friendship now trembles under suspicion. What once was loyalty now bends under doubt. Do not be deceived. This is not their doing alone. It is not flesh and blood you wrestle with. No, this disruption comes from darker currents, spiritual forces that push upon fragile human hearts, twisting their perceptions, clouding their discernment. They see you, but they do not see correctly. They know you, but they do not know truthfully. And so you walk among familiar faces, yet feel like a stranger. You sit in rooms filled with conversation, yet sends silence screaming against your spirit. The Spirit of the Lord would have you understand. This conflict is not accidental. This estrangement is not without purpose. It is designed to isolate you, to make you question, to make you doubt your worth. But hear me, heaven has already seen. Michael has already unsheathed his sword. The whispers are recorded. The silence is noted. The doubt surrounding you has been entered into the courts of heaven, and the verdict is already shifting. You may be asking, who is plotting? Who is speaking? Who carries the dagger behind their smile? Yet heaven says, be still. You are not to spend your strength chasing shadows. For though you sense the disruption, the revelation is not given to torment you, but to awaken you. Michael wars against what is hidden, even while you stand still. Heaven will expose in its time, not yours. But take this to heart. What they mean for confusion, heaven will use for clarity. What they mean for isolation, heaven will use for elevation. For the disruption is the sign that your name is too heavy for them to carry. It is the proof that your destiny has grown too great for familiar places. This tension is not the end, it is the doorway. So walk with courage. Hold your peace. Let the mystery remain, for the Spirit of God will reveal what you need in its season. And until then, let the silence of others draw you deeper into the voice of heaven. Type "I am covered" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 444 is now surrounding you. Beloved, if this word is piercing your spirit, then know this: you are not just listening, you are stepping into alignment with heaven's call. Every seed you release helps this message of light reach souls trapped in darkness. When you give, whether through super thanks, membership, or even the PayPal link in the description, you are not funding a platform. You are sowing into a harvest of deliverance. The word declares, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. And today your giving becomes that seed of joy for someone who is waiting on God's voice. I invite you now. Hear this as the Spirit Himself whispering. Step into the flow of heaven's river. Do not delay. When you give, may the oil of increase and the fire of divine covering pour back upon your own household. Open your hand and heaven will open its windows over you. Give now and let your obedience echo in eternity. Beloved, hear me clearly. The struggle you face is not simply against people, not merely against words spoken, not merely against the glances exchanged in secret corners. The weight pressing against your spirit is not born in human hearts alone. No, the Lord says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. What you are enduring is not personal rejection, it is spiritual resistance. The attack is rising against you because of the destiny stamped upon your life. You carry a seal that hell cannot counterfeit. You are walking with an assignment that cannot be erased. And because the enemy cannot strip away heaven's promise, he seeks instead to weaken your faith through conflict, delay, and distraction. But I declare to you, the intensity of this battle is the evidence of the greatness of your calling. The warfare confirms the weight of your destiny. Look deeper. Every word of gossip, every dagger of betrayal, every old silence aimed at you, it is not merely people acting of their own will. It is the shadow of the serpent moving through frail vessels. They are stirred because your presence disrupts their compromise. Your light irritates their darkness. Your assignment exposes what they would rather hide. And so, you are met not with celebration, but with resistance. But child of God, hear the truth. How you respond in this hour will write the outcome. If you react with rage, if you strike back in flesh, if you allow your mouth to release bitterness, then the enemy wins twice, once by attacking you, and again by corrupting you. But if you remain still, if you stand silent, if you let the peace of God govern your heart, then heaven records your patience as a weapon sharper than any sword. Silence is not weakness. Restraint is not cowardice. It is evidence of your trust in the one who fights for you. Heaven is watching. Do not think your tears go unnoticed. Do not think your sighs in the night vanish unheard. Every moment of restraint, every act of patience, every prayer whispered instead of retaliation is written in the record books of heaven. Michael does not swing his sword blindly. He moves in alignment with your obedience. Your stillness signals heaven to strike. Your patience empowers the armies of God to advance. You not see. Even now, the Spirit is reminding you that nothing is hidden. Every plot, every scheme, every lie has already been exposed in the throne room. You may not yet know who conspires, but heaven has already written their names. You may not yet see the full picture, but the Lord who searches all hearts sees every motive. Nothing is unseen, nothing is overlooked, nothing is ignored. So let this truth sink deep. You are not abandoned in this battle. The silence of heaven is not neglect, it is strategy. While you remain silent in obedience, Michael wars in violence. While you withhold your retaliation, heaven records your restraint as righteousness. And in the end, your patience will shame your enemies, for they will see that what they sought to destroy only elevated you higher. Do not fight as they fight. Do not fall to the level of those stirred against you. Instead, let your endurance be the proof of your divine election. For the true battlefield is not in their words, it is in your response. And heaven, even now, is recording how you choose to stand. Type "I am victorious" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 555 is now surrounding you. Beloved, I must speak this plainly to you. The plans against you are not distant. They are not vague. They are not somewhere far off in the future. No, they are already in motion. Even as you listen to these words, conversations are happening. Decisions are being made. Strategies are being plotted against your name. And while men and women may think they are moving in secrecy, heaven is watching with eyes that never sleep. Nothing escapes the gaze of the Almighty. The Spirit declares, within 72 hours, there will be a shift. Exposure will begin. What has been hidden will be dragged into light. What has been whispered in corners will echo in public. The plots they carefully constructed will unravel in their own hands. But listen, this is not a warning meant to stir fear. This is a call to awareness, a call to alignment, a call to keep yourself steady while heaven begins to shake the ground beneath your enemies. The atmosphere is already tense. You have felt it in the unease of your spirit. You have sensed it in the silence of those who used to speak. You have picked it up in the tone of conversations that sound empty, forced, or strangely rehearsed. This is not imagination. It is discernment. The Spirit of God has allowed you to feel the vibration of the storm before it breaks, so you will not be caught unaware. But take heed. The confrontation that is coming is not one for you to handle in the flesh. Do not meet their scheming with scheming. Do not answer their plotting with plotting. Do not retaliate in haste, for the battle is already written, and if you step outside of heaven's instruction, you risk snatching the sword from Michael's hand when it was meant to strike with precision. Stand still. Hold your peace. Let the countdown unfold, for heaven has already decreed the victory. Within 72 hours, you will see the first signs. Do not fear if it comes through strange encounters, unexpected conversations, or even accidental slips of the tongue. This is heaven allowing threads of deception to unravel before your eyes. What was carefully hidden is about to be carelessly revealed. What was sealed in secrecy is about to crack open. But mark this, heaven will not show you everything at once. You will be given glimpses, fragments, enough to confirm what the Spirit already placed in your heart. Beloved, do not mistake the silence of this hour for inactivity. While you wait, heaven moves. While you keep still, Michael wars. Every plot is being weighed. Every scheme is being measured. Every word spoken against you is being turned back upon the one who uttered it. You may feel pressure now, but that pressure is proof that the breaking point is near. The Spirit says, stay watchful, but do not be consumed with suspicion. Stay alert, but do not lose your peace. You are not being asked to investigate, but to prepare. For when the exposure comes, you will know without question that God Himself intervened. And those who set themselves against you will know that they touched someone heaven had already sealed. So hear this again. Within 72 hours, the atmosphere will shift. Something will break. Something will be revealed. And when it does, do not panic. Do not fear. Lift your head high, for it is heaven showing you that the war was already won before it reached your ears. Type "I am guarded" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 911 is now surrounding you. Beloved, listen with both your spirit and your heart. The greatest weapon in this hour is not your voice, it is your silence. The fiercest battle strategy is not your retaliation, but your stillness. The loudest declaration you can make right now is the quiet confidence that God Himself fights for you. Do not mistake this posture for weakness, for silence in the Spirit is not surrender, it is strength. When you refuse to descend to the level of those who plot against you, you rise to the throne room where Michael swings his sword without resistance. You must understand this divine mystery. Michael does not war in confusion, and heaven's armies do not advance when your flesh is restless. The enemy knows this truth, which is why he tries to stir you into reaction, to bait you into conflict, to drag you into conversations that are traps and snares for your soul. But the Lord says, hold your peace, and I will fight for you. Each time you remain still, you are not losing ground. You are giving Michael full authority to take it back on your behalf. Think of it this way. When you speak in haste, you limit heaven's hand. But when you remain silent, the entire host of heaven is free to move in your stead. Your silence is not empty. It is filled with angelic warfare. Your stillness is not void. It is saturated with divine fire. Michael wars most fiercely when you stand most still. You may feel the urge to defend yourself, to explain, to clear your name before those who twist it. But the Spirit declares, do not waste your breath on those who are blind to your light. Their hearts cannot discern the truth because their ears are tuned to whispers of darkness. If you try to justify yourself before them, you waste precious oil. Do not pour your anointing into vessels that were never meant to carry it. Instead, pour your trust into heaven's courts, where every word, every motive, Every action has already been weighed and judged. Let this be your protective counsel. Withdraw from the unnecessary. Do not enter battles heaven never assigned you to fight. Do not trade blows with shadows when Michael is already cutting down principalities on your behalf. Pull back from the chaos. Retreat from the noise. Allow the Spirit to wrap you in divine silence, and in that silence, you will discover the greatest shield of all, the covering of the Almighty. Say this aloud in your heart even now. I am covered. I am shielded. I am hidden beneath the wings of the Almighty. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Declare it quietly, declare it firmly, and let heaven bear witness to your faith. This is not a posture of fear, but of supreme trust. The Lion of Judah roars on your behalf, and Michael's sword is raised high. The enemy cannot cross the line heaven has drawn around you. Even as you wait, know this: safety has already been sealed. Protection has already been signed. You are not hoping for victory. You are standing in victory that was written long before the foundations of the earth. Though you hear whispers, you are shielded. Though you feel pressure, you are guarded. Though you see shadows, you are already bathed in light. So, beloved, be still. Do not answer every call. Do not chase every rumor. Do not lower yourself to fight battles beneath your destiny. Michael is warring when you don't, and that is your greatest assurance of triumph. Type "I am covered by heaven" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1313 is now surrounding you. Beloved, hear this truth with holy fire in your spirit. You are not who they think you are anymore. The one they spoke about, the one they underestimated, the one they dismissed is gone. You are rising from the ashes of every word, every plot, every wound. You are not defined by what they called you, but by what heaven has written about you. And in this very moment, heaven is pulling back the veil, showing you that the battle that was sent to break you is the very battle that has built you. You have endured storms, but the storms have not destroyed you. Instead, they have shaped you. You have walked through fire, but the fire has not consumed you. It has refined you. The pain that was sent to silence you has awakened the roar of your destiny. You are stronger now, not because the path was easy, but because the pressure carved endurance into your soul. You are no longer the fragile one they thought they could crush. You are the warrior heaven already knew you to be. Picture this. The enemy thought the fire would burn you down, but instead it burned away what no longer served you. The betrayal they thought would shatter you has instead stripped you of false attachments. The silence they forced upon you has trained you to hear heaven's whisper more clearly than ever before. They believed the darkness around you would bury you, but instead it has become the soil from which you rise with wings, blazing with glory, stronger than before. The Spirit says, you are not a victim. You are not a casualty. You are not a forgotten name on the battlefield. You are a chosen vessel, a living testimony, a weapon sharpened by affliction. The very attacks that sought to erase you are the evidence that you carry something too powerful to be ignored. And now, your elevation begins. You are being lifted higher, beyond the reach of their words, beyond the grasp of their schemes, beyond the limits of their understanding. Do you not see it? You are transforming even now. Wings are unfurling upon your back, wings that were hidden in seasons of sorrow, but now burn with fire. The brokenness you once carried is no longer weakness. It has become fuel. Every tear that fell has been collected, Every cry you released has been heard, and now heaven is turning them into fire for your flight. You are no longer crawling beneath the weight of their opinions. You are soaring above them, untouched, unshaken, unstoppable. Beloved, rise. Rise above the lies. Rise above the doubts. Rise above the labels that never belonged to you. For the hand of the Almighty has lifted you, and no power of hell can pull you back down. Michael's sword has cleared the path, and now the Spirit is calling you higher. Let your heart shed the heaviness of victimhood and put on the garment of victory. Let your mind release the chains of sorrow and embrace the crown of authority. This is your transformation moment. The world may not recognize you. Those around you may not understand you. But heaven has always seen you. And heaven says now, you are rising. You are shining. You are unshakable. You are the evidence of what God can do when the chosen refuse to quit. Type "I'm rising" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2020 is now surrounding you. Beloved, the mystery you have endured is about to unfold. The reason the battle has been so intense, the reason the resistance has felt so heavy, the reason the enemy has stirred so many against you is because heaven has been preparing to unlock what has long been sealed. Do not mistake the storm for a sign of failure. The storm has been the announcement of your promotion. The conflict has been the proof that your season of elevation is already upon you. Hear this clearly. Your name is already known in heaven. It is not waiting to be written. It is not waiting to be acknowledged. The angels speak it. The throne has sealed it. The scrolls of eternity already bear it. And because your name carries weight in heaven, it has become a target in the earth. The attacks have come not to define you, but to distract you. But heaven says, be not deceived. Your destiny is secured, and your name is untouchable in the courts of eternity. The Spirit of God reveals this. Doors are unlocking. Pathways are opening. What was withheld from you is being released. The very resistance you faced was the final barrier before your breakthrough. Every delay has been turned into preparation. Every closed door has been shifted into alignment. And now, what was once blocked is about to swing wide before you. For heaven is not just defending you, heaven is promoting you. The enemy sensed it before you did, which is why the attacks came so suddenly, so strangely, so relentlessly. He knew your season of release was near. He recognized that your assignment was stepping into activation. And so he stirred up conflict, hoping to weary you, to discourage you, to cause you to give up right before the opening of the gate. But heaven says, you did not quit. You endured. And because you endured, you will now see what was promised. Beloved, do not let doubt steal this moment. Do not let fear whisper lies into your heart. The blessing has already been decreed, but obedience remains the key. Stay in alignment. Stay in stillness. Stay in surrender. For the outpouring will not come to those who resist the Spirit, but to those who yield. Michael is cutting through the last chains, and the release is at hand. Hear the prophecy of the Lord. After this battle, the doors that open will not close again. The blessing that falls will not be stolen. The promotion that arrives will not be reversed. Your enemies will watch as heaven honors you, for the table is already being set in their presence. And you will testify, not of your strength, but of God's unfailing power to shield, to elevate, and to vindicate. Yes, this is why the war was so heavy. This is why the whispers grew louder. This is why the silence of others cut so deep. Because you were being shifted into divine unlocking. You were being positioned for promotion. And now, beloved, it is here. Your obedience is the final act that seals it. Rise, for heaven has already opened the door before you. Type "I am unlocked" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 888 is now surrounding you. Beloved, if your spirit has received this revelation, know this: you are not just a hearer of prophecy, you are a participant in it. Every gift you release is a seed that carries the word further, reaching others who are standing at the edge of their breakthrough. Just as heaven is unlocking doors for you, your giving unlocks doors for others who desperately need this word of light. Scripture declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." When you sow through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are stepping into that divine overflow. This is not charity, it is covenant. It is prophecy in motion. And I declare, as you give, the oil of increase and the fire of protection will mark your household. Release your seed now, and let the windows of heaven pour over you. Beloved, the time for waiting is drawing to its close. The time for hesitation is over. Heaven has sounded the alarm. Michael has drawn his sword, and now the Spirit calls for your response. Do not think destiny falls upon you by accident. Do not believe that purpose arrives without your agreement. Heaven waits for your yes. Heaven waits for your declaration. Heaven waits for your alignment. For too long, the enemy has whispered that you are not ready, that you are not worthy, that you are not capable of carrying what heaven has placed upon you. But those whispers are lies meant to silence your roar. Heaven says otherwise. Heaven declares that you were chosen before you were even formed. Heaven proclaims that your steps were written before you took your first breath. Heaven reminds you that your name has already been etched into eternity. The only thing left is for you to rise and activate what has been sealed within you. This is the moment of activation. This is the moment where words must leave your mouth like fire, where declarations must break forth like thunder. Do not wait for others to affirm you. Do not wait for men to approve you. Heaven has already approved you. It is time to speak as one anointed. It is time to move as one chosen. It is time to carry yourself as one who bears the mark of heaven. Declare it aloud even now. I am chosen. I am anointed. I am rising. I am covered. My destiny will not be stolen. My name will not be erased. My assignment will not be delayed. I align with heaven, and I release my yes into the atmosphere. Let every word shake the air around you, for your declaration is not empty. It is a weapon. Your voice is not weak. It is power. When you release your yes, Michael's sword strikes harder. Heaven's armies move faster, and your destiny begins to break forth without resistance. Beloved, do not shrink back. Do not second guess. Do not allow the enemy to pull you into hesitation when heaven has already opened the door. Walk boldly. Step into the calling with confidence. Stand in the authority already purchased for you. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. This is not pride. This is obedience. To say yes to heaven is to take your rightful place as a child of the Most High. But remember, activation does not come by words alone. Your actions must echo your declarations. Heaven waits to see you move, not just speak. Step into prayer with renewed fire. Step into obedience with unwavering resolve. Step into faith with unshakable confidence. The moment you align your actions with your words, heaven's power will manifest before your eyes. Beloved, you were not created to live hidden in shadows. You were not born to wander aimlessly. You were destined to shine, to stand, to carry the light of heaven into dark places. Do not let fear rob you of this inheritance. Do not let delay cause you to drift away from your assignment. The heavens are calling, Michael is warring, and the moment for activation is now. This is your call. This is your confirmation. This is your command. Rise, declare, obey, and step boldly into the purpose for which you were born. Type ISAYYS in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1717 is now surrounding you. Beloved, lean in closely now, for heaven is unveiling a mystery that few are ever permitted to see. Even as you sit in stillness, even as your hands remain folded and your lips remain silent, a violent exchange is taking place in the spirit realm. Michael and the hosts of heaven are warring for your name, and the clash is not symbolic. It is real. It is fierce. It is decisive. The war is not over land. It is not over wealth. It is not over possessions. It is over identity. Your very name is the battlefield. Do you understand what this means? The enemy has been trying to lay claim to what is not his. He has whispered accusations into the courts of heaven, pointing to your past, highlighting your weakness, hoping to steal legal ground. He has sought to exchange your destiny for despair, your joy for sorrow, your crown for ashes. But even as these accusations rise, Michael stands as your defender, sword blazing, your name graven in light, declaring, "This one is chosen. This one is sealed. This one belongs to the Lord." And while you rest, beloved, while you sleep in the quiet hours of the night, this warfare continues. That restlessness you feel in your spirit, that stirring that keeps you awake at unusual times, it is not random. It is the sound of your soul sensing the war being fought on your behalf. Your spirit knows what your mind cannot see. The heaviness in the atmosphere, that unexplainable tension, it is the vibration of swords clashing in the unseen realm. Here lies the divine exchange. What was stolen is being returned. What was withheld is being released. What was bound is being loose. Heaven is not only fighting for you, heaven is restoring to you. While you lay silent, your inheritance is being transferred back into your hands. The enemy who thought he had robbed you is being forced to release what he held. That joy you lost, that peace you were stripped of, the opportunity you thought was gone forever, it is being restored piece by piece into your destiny. The silent exchange is this: the enemy's claim over your name is being overturned, and heaven's decree over your name is being established. Where the adversary spoke failure, heaven is declaring faithful. Where he said defeated, heaven is shouting delivered. Where he whispered forgotten, heaven is proclaiming favored. Even now, in the silence of your waiting, your name is being rewritten in glory before the eyes of every spiritual power. Do not be deceived by the stillness around you. While you remain silent, war is raging. While you do nothing in the natural, everything is shifting in the supernatural. This is why the Spirit keeps urging you not to react, not to fight in flesh, not to waste your energy in arguments. Because while you resist the temptation to defend yourself, Michael is cutting down principalities with violent precision. Hear this assurance: nothing is lost. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one promise has slipped from heaven's hand. Every moment you thought was wasted is being redeemed. Every loss you thought was final is being reversed. The silent exchange guarantees that what left your life unjustly will return sevenfold under divine order. The enemy has no choice. His grip has been broken. His rights have been revoked. His accusations have been silenced by the blood that speaks louder. Beloved, your name is safe. Your destiny is secured. The war is fierce, but the outcome is certain. And when you awaken to the fullness of what has been restored, you will know beyond doubt that heaven fought for you while you rested in trust. Type "I am restored" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2323 is now surrounding you. Beloved, hear me now. Heaven has already decreed a divine reversal over your life. What was designed to harm you, what was spoken to break you, what was plotted to silence you will not stand. Every scheme of the adversary is boomeranging back into the hands of the one who crafted it. The pit they dug for you, they will fall into themselves. The snare they set in secret will entangle their own feet. The words they spoke against you will echo back upon their own house. For heaven is a God of justice, and divine justice has been set into motion on your behalf. Do you not remember? Joseph was betrayed by brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and locked away. Yet heaven reversed it all. What was meant for his destruction became the very path to his elevation. His enemies watched him rise into the palace they thought he would never see. So it shall be with you. The betrayal that wounded you is the stage for your exaltation. The lies spoken against you will serve as the backdrop for your vindication. Heaven is about to lift you so high that even those who sought your downfall will become witnesses to your promotion. This is not wishful thinking. This is spiritual law. God himself declares that vengeance is his and repayment belongs to him alone. The reversal you are about to witness is not revenge by your hand, but justice by heaven's decree. You will not need to fight. You will not need to strive. You will not need to prove yourself. The Lord has taken your case into his own courts, and the verdict is about to be delivered in your favor. Beloved, restoration is coming in full measure. Every moment of humiliation will be redeemed with honor. Every season of loss will be restored with increase. Every word of slander will be silenced by the testimony of your elevation. For heaven does not allow injustice to reign forever. The scales of righteousness are being balanced even now. The very forces that conspired against you are trembling because they see the reversal approaching. Lift your head high, for you will not leave this season empty-handed. The crown they tried to steal will rest on your head. The blessing they tried to block will overflow into your lap. The opportunity they tried to bury will spring up like living water before you. Divine justice is not only defending you, it is preparing to astonish you. For God will not simply restore what was taken, he will multiply it. You will not just recover, you will overflow. Mark this truth: the more they tried to push you down, the higher heaven will raise you up. The more they tried to silence you, a louder heaven will amplify your voice. The more they sought to strip from you, the greater the portion that will return. This is divine reversal in action. This is justice that cannot be overturned. Beloved, hold your peace, for the Lord is already at work. Do not waste another breath arguing your innocence. Do not waste another moment defending your name. Heaven itself is defending you. Michael's sword is ensuring your vindication. And soon, every eye that mocked, every voice that doubted, every hand that plotted will see that God has been with you all along. So walk in confidence, for your justice is here. Stand tall, for your reversal is guaranteed. Rejoice, for your vindication is sealed in the blood of the Lamb. Type "I am vindicated" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 3003 is now surrounding you. Beloved, take these final words as a seal upon your spirit. Archangel Michael is battling for your name right now. Even as you breathe, even as you sit in stillness, his sword is drawn, his stance is unshakable, and your identity is fiercely guarded in the courts of heaven. This was never a test, never a rehearsal, never a passing message to be taken lightly. This was a call, a divine interruption, a heavenly summons to remind you that you are not alone and never will be. The victory is already written. The war you feared has already been decided in your favor. The whispers against you, the schemes plotted in darkness, the words spoken in secret, none of them can erase what heaven has sealed. Michael has fought, Michael is fighting, and Michael will continue to fight until your destiny stands untouchable in the light of God's glory. You are not abandoned. You are not forgot. You are covered, shielded, and surrounded by fire. Receive this blessing now. You are protected by the blood of the Lamb, secured under the wings of the Almighty, and carried in the hands of angels. You are aligned with heaven's timing, strengthened by heaven's power, and propelled by heaven's promise. The enemy has lost his grip. Your future is not fragile, it is fortified. Your name is not in question, it is confirmed. Your destiny is not delayed, it is activated. So rise, child of God. Rise with authority. Rise with courage. Rise with confidence. For heaven has spoken, the angels have moved, and your story is already victorious. Walk now as one who knows the outcome. Stand as one who carries eternal favor. And declare boldly, I am sealed, I am seen, and I am sent. Type "I am sealed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1212 is now surrounding you. Beloved, as this word seals over your spirit, I invite you to step into partnership with heaven's word. Every act of giving is not simply support. It is a prophetic seed that pushes this message of light into the lives of those crying out for God's voice. When you release through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are sowing into souls being rescued from despair. Scripture declares, the generous will prosper, and those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. This is your moment to refresh others as heaven refreshes you. Do not delay, for as you give, the oil of favor and the fire of protection will overflow into your household. Release your seed now, and let heaven's abundance pour back upon you sevenfold.